Let's begin building. First pillar, speak the same language. As a technical communication and localization professional, the first time I had this thought, it felt extremely counterintuitive. But time and experience have taught me that this first pillar is vital to the success of any centralization effort. From the beginning to end of any process, we must all speak the same language. Creation and control of terminology is absolutely vital to this effort, but in reality, it is only one facet of it. Please consider this. A concept, instruction, or technical requirement is authored in a source language, be it Chinese, French, English, etc. And in the end, the same concept, instruction, or technical requirement must be rendered correctly in the target language. For this process to succeed, a type of thought continuum must be maintained if the content is to be filtered accurately through each language, culture, and its many nuances of usage and meaning. This is the historically successful method of communication on the planet, and its importance cannot be overstated. It has carried important ideas around the world for eons. This method must be followed equally within the microcosm of an organization if it is to begin to construct a centralized content and localization strategy to successfully communicate with a global audience. Simply stated, it is crucial that we agree on what to call things, codify this shared knowledge in a common repository, and enforce this common language throughout our content and localization ecosystem. In the life science arena especially, accuracy and coherence of conveyed scientific and technical specification is both legally and, I believe, morally required. This critical communication must arrive intact at every destination, conveyed accurately to every customer and end user in their preferred language. So how do you begin construction of the first pillar? It begins with a common language in your organization, especially for your customer-facing content. For example, by the time a new product reaches your customers, does the technical documentation still match the terminology used in the brochure? If not, a good place to begin might be your marketing department, product management teams, or even members of your regulatory team responsible for product registration. They are often tasked with naming or registering new products, including the descriptors that are often translated. For example, wash solution or test calibrator. If you can capture the product names and descriptors at this nascent stage in product development, they can be added to your terminology right away, giving you the opportunity to maintain them through technical documentation and product release. If you have a common language, how is it created and agreed upon? Do you have a glossary committee or other cross-functional team that includes subject matter experts from relevant disciplines to ensure correct input and buy-in? Do you have product managers, chemists, tech writers, engineers, etc.? How is your common language documented? Is it published on an internal website, captured in a terminology tool or database for reuse and reference by technical writers and translators? How is it enforced? Do the tools you use offer these terms to content creators and flag them when they are not being followed? Does this extend to your translated content as well? Allow me to emphasize again that the ultimate goal is to communicate the same message in core terminology, beginning within your organization and in all the languages spoken by your company's customers as accurately and consistently as possible. Do you keep metrics for your content efforts, quality, cost avoidance, time to market? It is important to know if you are succeeding and to share this with executive staff to win their support or to continue to receive it. If you don't have this information, start to gather it now. This is your baseline and will provide the numbers needed to measure and share your success going forward, or to allow you to course correct and improve your process along the way. Do you know the revenue generated by the products in the regions you support? How many require translation to register and gain entry in the marketplace? These are key components that help show the value of what you do. I suggest that you learn all you can about this and communicate it throughout your organization constantly. I won't sugarcoat this. The first pillar can be arduous to construct, but my experience tells me it is also highly conducive to increase quality, positive impact on schedule, and increased cost savings when implemented properly. In fact, this pillar starts to pay for itself from the first day you commit to agreeing as an organization on what to call things as widely and as consistently as possible. Documenting the success of your efforts and evangelizing them will be an ongoing part of your commitment to your centralized process. Again, I encourage you to begin capturing metrics and giving presentations to executive staff as soon as possible. Show them the blueprint, what you are building, and how this will benefit them over time. This ongoing internal communication should be considered an integral and essential part of your centralization strategy. You may be wondering, will the warring kingdoms within your company rebel at this very idea? You bet they will. Go forth and slay them. Institute change management. This is also part of internal marketing and ongoing commitment to the success of your centralized process. Here's a few ideas to help you move forward. Consider publishing a quarterly newsletter detailing your efforts and successes. Make terminology available on an internal website. This will help foster adoption and make it easy to use this information in your company's content. Host lunch and learn events to evangelize and get to know your internal customers better. Another key principle of centralization is that chocolate brownies are never a bad idea. Thank you for your time and attention today. I hope you'll join us for the next webcast in the Pillars of Centralization series, when we will be discussing the importance of creating quality at source. See you then.